Now, this Sunday, the 7th administration will be 100 days in office. Deputy Minister of Public Service and Administration, Pinky Kekana, has explained on the sidelines of the annual government employees medical scheme in Cape Town what her department has been doing.
The statement of intent identified 3 priorities, and one of those speak about the capacity of the state to deliver, building a capable, ethical, and state that can be able to deliver services. Now, these 100 days coincided with 2 programs in our department, one being the Public Service Month, where we go around giving courage to our public servants, reminding them of what Chapter 10 of the Constitution speaks about, of them being selfless, being ready to serve the nation, and making sure that they deliver on their mandate. We went to various service stations, whether Maponya Mall, the other areas across the country, just to say, how are the services looking like, especially in health institutions where we've got shortage of staff, as well as in the home affairs, including SASA and social development offices. So we could see our people are hard at work, but obviously because of the challenges of resources, especially in the healthcare center, the shortage of nurses, of doctors, and all these things. But we can't put our hands in the air. The Minister of Health is working around the clock, and especially because he was able to identify where the challenges are, especially around the medical legal claim. One of the things that we think as the Department of Public Service and Administration we should engage the Minister on is to say, can we have a middle ground on overtime? Instead of many people budgeting for overtime, let's use that overtime to appoint more people. It is not going to be an easy thing because it is us as the department, it is the Minister of Health, it is National Treasury, but also the trade unions, because these things have to be negotiated and we have to come to a middle ground. That's the first thing. The other thing is that we came into the ethical week, and that was driven by the Public Service Commission. Remember, we want to build an ethical state. We have gone through rough times during the time of Zondo Commission, and we have seen how we were able to drop the ball. Issues of corruption, issues of not following procurement processes, and all other related things. But over and above that, the lifestyle audit issues, including protecting whistleblowers. So those were the kind of things that we're grappling with. We're coming closer to each other as the Department of Justice, and all other role players to say, how do we protect whistleblowers? But also, how do we build back better? Bring that ethical, moral values of an ideal public servant who can be able to serve our country. But remember, not all public servants should be painted with a black brush.
Ma'am, there's also always a question around public servants who are doing business with the state. How far is that process? Did you manage to look into it during these 100 days in office?
Look, it's standard operations from all the public servants. They are required by law to declare, and those who don't do that, the Public Service Commission is also responsible, including the Auditor General, because sometimes they are picked up by the Auditor General, and at some point they are also lifted by the Public Service Commission. We are excited that the law to amend the Public Service Commission Act is on its way. It has passed through the National Assembly. It's now going into the NCOP. At the center of it is to make the Public Service Commission independent.